Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another recap. First Monday of the year, first day of this week, another green day, so that makes 5 days this year, 5 days green. Profits are, small-ish. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys watching these videos would kill to make $400 a day, but this is just me still trying out Tesla, still getting a little cushion to this year. Hopefully, I can scale up a little bit bigger. So far, I've green every day, and I think Tesla trades, I've only had 2 red ones out of like 15 trades so far, so it's looking good. I'll go over a couple of these other penny stocks. A few trades that I could have taken, ended up not taking them. Penny stocks, small cap world is kind of trash right now. There was only one trade that I could have taken, but I ended up taking it short, and so it happened so fast for me to go back to my long account and trade it long. So I'll show you that short trade as well. Let me go ahead and get to these long Tesla trades. Like always, guys, I stream every single morning, completely free, right here on YouTube. Just 15 minutes before market opens. If you guys want to learn how to trade, you guys are beginners, you guys see me make $500 a day consistently, there's a course in the link below. Discord down as well if you guys have any questions, all that stuff. So Tesla, off the gates, I had this 118.80 level marked out. So I'm going to show you guys my trades. So those are my executions. Real account, obviously you guys can see the green across the top. Here is my execution. So I'm going to go ahead and take them away and show you guys my actual trades, my plans. So my first plan was this 118.80 level on Tesla that I wanted to see either we hold and get going further, or we end up rejecting and end up flushing back down. Kind of was dancing around here. I had no idea what I wanted to do, and at this point I was like, oh, I could see a sell-off. I could see a push back up to highest. I could see this ripping. I could see the selling. I had no idea, and so when this flushed down, held it, but then tried to push it back up and then smacked back down and actually closed low, that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to take this short, and I was looking for this 116 level. So I ended up adding some shorts here. This was my first trade of the day, so I think I had 400, 500 shares in here, so decent size. Ended up following it back down. I think I took some profit out the way, but eventually it ended up reversing on me, so it reversed on me a little bit. I tried hitting it again, reversed on me again, so I got out of that trade. A little bit of profit. I think one of these trades early on I was up another 300, 400 bucks, and I think I only ended up getting about 100 of it, so that might have been this play, or maybe 200, so something like that. So small win there. Then I came back, let it go up. I almost bought this dip here. That's a clean pivot off of this touch right there. Held that pivot, kept going. At this point, I didn't see that though, and so I was looking for a touch back down to this line here, kind of all of this. I should have maybe started a starter and then added big share size here if it got there, but I didn't get it and I didn't go long, so I missed this move, but that would have been a nice one. Once it hit that, I had this 123 level drawn out. I don't think this was a daily level, so this kind of was just a level that intraday ended up forming. And pretty strong uptrend with no pullback. So at this point, I was like, you know what? If we retest these levels here from the bottom, so here tries pop, 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 pop. I think I saw this huge rejection candle, this one. So I was like, that's strong. So any pop high, I'm going to try to short into this and see if I can get the move back down to VWAP. This is the trade that I end up getting is shaken out of. You can see I hit it again with 400 shares. Cost basis looks like 121, maybe 80. So 121.80s right around here. 121.80s right there. Pretty high on these three candles actually, and ended up moving down to 120.40. So definitely a dollar a share. Almost $1.20-$1.30 with 400 shares. That could have been another $400, $500 winner, but I ended up getting shaking out of this one here. And I think at this point now I was up $300 on the stock, 320. Again, now VWAP's holding. Now we got a strong downtrend. We got a break of downtrend. Very nice push. This was my mistake today. This was my only red trade today. For some reason, when I saw this Tesla spiking right here, I instantly had a penny stock mindset, just ripping, pullback, rip, 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 rip. And as soon as this thing closed high, I saw this thing. I was like, oh, this thing is going to rip back up to highs because penny stocks do that. You get a nice downtrend, you get a nice bottom, and sometimes you get a 1-2 candle straight back up to the top squeeze. And so my problem was, I don't know why I thought that. So when this thing, you just have it, it started pulling back a little bit. I ended up buying that support in pretty high, 121.19. 121.19 with 200 shares. So by the time this was down here, I was down another 100 bucks. And I was like, that's a bad trade. I'm going to cut it, which ended up working. But the trade should have been down here for this retest downtrend down here after the break, or maybe down here a little bit over VWAP after I saw that support forming. So ended up losing 100 here, went down to only being up 200 or 100 and something on the day. And then I tried a couple scalps up here, that same intraday 123 level. Now I was looking for it to hold. Held the second time, so I thought, okay, rejection, try to follow it again. It held the third time, so again, I was like, this time I'm adding at the very top. Very nice fill there. Followed it down. This one, unfortunately, I didn't take a big share size, and I took a big chunk out right away. But this trade right here was perfect. You know, triple top, looking for the move back down to VWAP. Eventually, did go down all the way down to VWAP. Took a little bit, but I did get a very nice exit here with 50 shares down there. Tried it again, break even trade, and then again just could not get out of this 123 and just kept making lower lows. So I thought I could get a nice trade here, and this is the one that ended up putting me over $400 on the day. I think I was up like 370 on the day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take one last trade on Tesla just because I see it forming, and I wanted 50 bucks just to get over $400. Don't ever do that, but if you see the trade quality setup, then take it. So I took it. Back down to VWAP, got my price target cover. Looks like 75% of my position on the left runner, so I was up like 460, I think, at the most, maybe with this trade. But those runners ended up pushing back up, break even, got out $419. And that was pretty much it. You can see we tried again. That 123 cannot break 123, so rejecting a little bit. Maybe 123 holds 8 today and comes back down, or maybe Tesla actually holds 123 and we get to move up to 125, possibly. Let me show you guys my short trade before I go over my other trades. What's it called? Right here. So here's my short trade from today. Let me open it in a browser. And this is going to be on APGN. So APGN, it halted up, tried going again. It looked like it was flushing. This was just bad ads. Added low, got stopped out, but this is the one right here, and I'll go explain it. On the way up, I didn't do anything. Shorted it again, kind of made a little bit chunk back, and then shorted again, kind of break even trade there, maybe even a small loss. But this push up here, on that push back up on APGN to the high of day, it just got so heavy so quick, just completely turned around, that I ended up shorting this one pretty high. I got a good fill, like 230 something, and then I added on the way down. So I added this one first, and then I added here again, and then I ended up covering like just under 190, and that win right there ended up making the loss all of it back plus more. So finishing decently green on that account, on the shorting account there. You know, this was a surprise trade. I saw it squeeze. I saw it not holding. I saw the flush happen so fast. Added, and then I was saying on the live stream that unfortunately, when I use DAS, if I buy 1,000 shares and then I buy 1,000 shares again, even though I have 1,000 selected in my thing, it sometimes switches it to my, actually not sometimes, I think it does it all the time. It switches it to how many shares I actually have, which is kind of dangerous, but I like it sometimes, because if I buy 1,000 and buy 1,000 and I just want to sell, all I have to do is sell, because now it's switched to 2,000 because I have a position of 2,000, so it would close the whole thing out. So I like that, but in this case it didn't help me out, because I, let's say sold 1,000, and then this thing ended up reversing on me, or actually in my favor. I was short, so that's a 220, 240 average. Now I'm up almost 40-50 cents on the trade, and I ended up trying to cover half because I had 1,000. So I sold 1,000, and then wanted to cover half. I'm just making up 1,000. I could have been 5,000, could have been 2 shares. I'm not sharing that information with my shorting account, but I ended up covering half here, or I wanted to cover half here, my bad, and I ended up covering the whole position because it reset it to that whole amount of what I'm currently holding. So I closed the whole trade out, and it looks like I didn't miss much. I could have gotten maybe an extra 15-20 cents to the downside, but I was okay with it. Got green on that account, paid all fees, paid all everything, green overall, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, so that's gonna be it. The only long trade that I ended up closing it out right away was this right here, this reclaim of two whole dollars. So the second this reclaim closed over two, this could have been the micro pullback to take that trade instantly up to 240. I saw that happening and I was in short. You guys saw it, so that is when I ended up closing my short trade. If I was long or was watching this on my long account, that is where I would have pressed the buy button right there, try to get to that pullback there, but didn't have time closing one and then jumping on the other, so I just closed my short trade. Other than that, GMVD was another one. Super low volume, iffy on this one, so I ended up not even chasing it long or short. I just let it do its thing. No trades on that one, and then there was a couple other stocks that were on the gappers list that just absolutely faded. CNTX and OCGN. No trades on any of those either. So that's going to be it for this recap, guys. If you guys like it, enjoy it, hit the thumbs up. If you guys want to watch me trade live, you know where to find me every morning right here on YouTube. I did get my TikTok suspended today, so I can't stream on TikTok for a week. I'm trying to figure out how to appeal it if possible. If not, then just another week so I can stream on TikTok. But other than that, guys, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on live stream tomorrow.